The winds continue this Tuesday, and we've got very dry air creating red flag warnings for much of Minnesota this afternoon. The warm-up continues with temperatures in the 70s in sight and some spotty rain chances as we head into the late week. Red flag warnings for most of Minnesota today because of that very dry air and also these high winds and the fact that it's not quite green and lush out there just yet, especially in central and northern Minnesota where some places just lost their snowpack. Continued gusty winds out of the north on the backside of this storm system that is still centered over the Great Lakes, the same system that we had move in late last week. Wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour, even higher along the North Shore, 40 to 50 miles an hour. So continued windy today, finally dying down tomorrow, but we still have the rest of today to get through with these high winds, that strong pressure gradient, and relative humidity values this afternoon really dropping 10, 15, 20% only. And that's why we see conditions particularly bad in the afternoon. That little bit of moisture really expands to lower humidity values as the temperature warms up in the afternoon. So a pretty high fire risk. Anything that gets going could spread very quickly today. So that's why we have that red flag warning out today. We had it yesterday in northwestern Minnesota. Temperatures are going to be still on the cool side though, close to 60 in the Twin Cities, but the normal high now is in the mid 60s and still cooler along the North Shore. And that's going to be the case over the next few days as most of us warm up. Near Lake Superior, still 40s to low 50s. 'Tis the season for that when you have a wind off the lake. So the center of this system still not that far, just into Michigan. Clouds continuing to spin into the Arrowhead and across much of Wisconsin. But today, for the first time in several days, most of Minnesota at least is seeing sunny skies again. We have that omega blocking pattern we talked about yesterday where the upper level winds and the flow of the atmosphere is sandwiched between these two big upper level lows on the west coast and the east coast, and that pumps up the warm air in between it and pretty stable air too. So we're going to be experiencing the nicer side of the pattern across North America for a change, whereas we've been in kind of the crummier pattern. Well, the west coast has been fairly warm recently. High temperatures tomorrow, even warmer, well into the 60s as that upper level pattern really parks over us. We're going to be in the good part of that omega block really the next several days into the weekend. By Thursday, widespread 70s. Again, note the exception near Lake Superior, 40s and low 50s there. This is the time of year where it's probably the toughest along the North Shore. Not so much winter, but spring that just really doesn't happen. We'll see a few showers in northeastern Minnesota tomorrow night. Otherwise, these chances are going to be pretty spotty. Again, it's hard to get big organized storm systems in this upper level, stable upper level ridge that we have across the central part of the country. So late Thursday, late Friday, late Saturday, some spotty showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but these are going to be awfully hit and miss. Nothing to cancel plans over, nothing to really worry about. And as you can see, temperatures will still be warm. We'll have a little bit more cloud cover around though occasionally too. So we just continue that warm up. Still lots of sun here today, tomorrow, and Thursday, but Friday into the weekend, a little bit more of a mix of clouds and sun. And again, some of those very spotty showers, but still warm into next week, 70s right through Monday.